Welcome to the webinar, everybody. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm super excited to talk to you tonight about how to slay your Beachbody business in less than an hour a day. So excited to be here with you guys. Here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to take you through some training. I'm going to show you Teamzy. Some of you may have seen Teamzy. Maybe you tried it a couple years ago. You haven't seen it lately. You haven't seen all the improvements and all the refinements we've done on it. Some of you have never seen Teamzy. So I'll show you that a little bit later on. I'm going to show you how to go through and do the workflows to crush a power hour. Listen, you should be able to easily connect with 20 people every single day in 15 minutes. You can do that with Teamzy. It's pretty awesome. One-on-one, real connections, not just blast junk, like really good connections with people, having great conversations. I'll show you how to do that. But first, I need to teach you a little bit about the philosophy and system of relationship marketing. So I'm going to take you through some training on relationship marketing so you understand that there's a method to this. There's a system to this, to building relationships and creating a predictable stream of leads in your business. For Beachbody coaches, you should be able to easily apply what I'm teaching you tonight and hit Success Club every single month forever. No problem. Okay, so make sure you have pen and paper and are ready to take some notes. I'm going to teach you guys some principles that you can apply. Let me just jump right in. We'll start with the presentation, and then I'll take you through Teamzy. Also, by the way, we will be doing a full Q&A at the end, so if you have questions, you can load them in the Q&A queue, and I'll answer all of them. I'll stay as long as you guys need me to answer those questions. Okay, let's get started. How to slay your Beachbody business in less than an hour a day. Some of you guys know me, maybe you don't, but my story, I was a Beachbody coach. And Teamzy, which I'll show you, which is our CRM. Teamzy is a CRM that was actually, we built it for Beachbody coaches. It was to help me in my business. And so it was specifically built for Beachbody. And I'll show you guys that as we go. You know, and Teamzy's been around now 3.5 years. We've had 20,000 Beachbody coaches use Teamzy, and we've had 80,000 people outside of Beachbody use it in other networks, which is pretty awesome and humbling. But the way it started for me was my background is in business coaching and consulting. I've been helping people build their business based on a relationship-based approach for going on 16 years now. And I didn't work in network marketing. I worked primarily with real estate and mortgage folks. That's kind of where I specialized. Though through the years, I basically worked with every kind of small business you can imagine. And I fell into Beachbody by accident. I actually found myself in a really unhealthy place. And Beachbody changed my life, helped me get fit and regain my fitness and my health and my vitality. And I was really excited about it and what it was doing for me. And so I was just sharing it with people, my coworkers, my customers, my clients that I was working with. I was just sharing what was happening. And so many people started getting excited about trying it that my wife told me I should be a coach since I already had all of these people lined up. So I did. I kind of started it on the side, and I was looking at Beachbody kind of as a side hustle. Maybe some of you guys are looking at Beachbody as something to do on the side. At the time, I had a full-time career. I have 4 kids. My life was pretty busy. And as excited as I was about Beachbody, I knew that I only had maybe 1 hour a day to do it. And so as somebody who helps other folks build business professionally, I knew exactly what I needed to do. The problem was I needed tools to help me leverage that time. See, you have to be able to leverage time so that you can be efficient with it. So I started looking for tools. I did not find anything that was out there that would help me. See, what I knew I needed to do, which I'll be teaching you guys tonight, is how to connect with people, how to do it in a systematic way so that you can build relationships, so that you can create advocates in your business. There was nothing out there to help me do that. So long story short, we built Teamzy because I was like, how could anybody do this business without it? And then we launched 3.5 years ago, and it's just kind of taken off. But look at this slide. This is from one of my old Facebook posts back in the day. You can see the difference. Look at this. So thank you guys in the Beachbody coach community for really helping me change my life for myself and my kids. So cool. What you guys do is amazing. And I hope tonight that this content really helps you help more people. I'm excited to do that. So let's jump right in. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? A lot of people think that this is just selling stuff to your friends, right? Trying to get your friends to buy stuff. And in fact, the thought of that is what turns so many people off from our business. But I want you guys to understand that relationship marketing is so much more than that. It's actually a marketing approach where building relationships is the primary thing that we do. Okay. And I need you to understand too, as business owners, see, I need you guys to put on your business owners hats tonight, not just salespeople, but think like a business owner. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. Okay, that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. You need to understand that you're business owners and your business is not marketing Shakeology or Beachbody workouts or any of the other great products that Beachbody has. You are in the lead generation business. That's your business, is to generate leads. That's what the business owner does for a business. Now, I happen to believe that relationship marketing is the most efficient and rewarding lead generation system out there. You have to decide what matches your heart, what's congruent with your beliefs, and what is sustainable so you won't get burnt out, right? I have so many people come to me who are already 6- and 7-figure earners in their business, but they're burnt out with how they built it. And they're looking for a way that's sustainable and enjoyable for them. So I'm going to show you that tonight. Okay, so let's talk about this. The next principle is this. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, your job is to generate leads, meet people, so that you can build relationships with them. Meet people, build relationships with them. I know it sounds overly simplistic, but I need you guys also to understand a little twist that I'm going to give you right now. Most people, you'll hear a lot of people say, meet people and build relationships with them so you can sell them or so that you can recruit them. I want you to think a step deeper than that. Think a step deeper than that. Stop thinking about your business like checkers and start thinking about it like chess. We want to build relationships with people so that we can turn them into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates. An advocate is worth more than a sale, guys. An advocate is worth more than one coach on your team. An advocate could be worth dozens. And when you start thinking of the world as potential advocates, it changes the way you build your business. And you don't have to go chasing the next hottest Instagram, technique to meet people. People will bring you people. They will bring you people like crazy. Okay, so here's the next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Okay, in other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. First off, and I'm gonna teach you right now how to build trust. There's ways to do it, okay? And you have to be really intentional about it. But the first thing that you need to remember and think about is this. I can't do anything that can violate trust. I can't do anything that's tricky or confusing. I can't do anything that will come across disingenuous. You have to be 100% authentic, real, truthful about everything you're doing, okay? So let's talk about trust. Trust makes the work fun. When somebody trusts you, even just a little bit, you don't have to sell them. You don't have to convince them, right? You can get right to helping them, which is the best. Have you guys experienced that? Where somebody knows you and trusts you and they know what you do as a coach and they're like, sign me up. What program do I need? Put me in your challenge group. I'm in. It's the best. Trust takes the ickiness away from the process. There's no icky salesperson in the trust equation. When people trust you, you never feel icky and neither do they. Isn't that awesome? How many of you are like me and you're like, please, I don't want to be an icky salesperson. Please don't make me be an icky salesperson. I hope that's not what this training is. Some of you are here tonight because everything you've been taught makes you feel uncomfortable and you're hoping for a better way. This is it. I'm telling you right now. The other thing with trust is you get to go for yes. Forget this go for no stuff that other people teach. I'm telling you guys right now, that's ridiculous. Because somebody says no, you throw them away. Throw them over your shoulder like a dead body. Keep moving. You're just closer to the yes. Listen, every rational human being should say no in the beginning. It's a big change. With relationship marketing, we work on yeses. People might say no, that's fine, but it's not a closed door because the way we approach them, it's about them, it's about caring, it's about serving. I'll show you as we go. So how do you do it? How do you build trust? Let me just take a sip. There are 4 essential ingredients to building trust, and I'm going to teach them to you tonight. Just the basics, but it should be enough for you to apply immediately in your business, okay? Let me go through them quickly, and then I'll break them out for you. Here we go. Number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. Number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency, the 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay, let's go through these quickly. Number one is chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This one's pretty self-explanatory, right? Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like. And what people prefer is to do business with a friend. So the first thing you need to do when you meet people is find chemistry. Ask questions. What do you have in common with this person? Find out. We have something in common with everybody, okay? Now, the flip side of chemistry hopefully is obvious, but I'm going to overstate the obvious. It's one of my gifts. Don't do anything that divides your audience. Don't divide people up. Don't be opinionated and push people away. Find common ground, help everybody, okay? Number two, character. I'm sitting here tapping my trackpad, but it's a book. I'm tapping the wrong thing. Character is number two. Character is where you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is where you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. I want you all to notice something about this definition. Don't get mad at me for saying this, but it's true. You don't have any character. You don't have character. You don't have it. It's not something you have. It's something you do. Character is an action. It's not something we possess. It's something we do. Okay? A lot of times we think it's something we have. We even get offended if people question our character. I do it too. But I want you guys to understand, you have to be intentional. You have to be thinking about, how am I demonstrating my care for others right now? How am I showing them that I'm just like them, that I'm relatable, that I understand where they're coming from? How do I do this in everything I do? The way I post on social media, the way I take care of my customers, the way I serve my challenge groups, the way I drive or park my car, right? The way I return the shopping cart at the grocery store. I don't care what it is. Everywhere you go, you're building your business by demonstrating your character for others. Okay. Number three is competence. Competence. Again, this is how we build trust, guys. That's what I'm teaching you right now. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Listen, the first thing I'm going to do is want to know, let's say I need to lose 20 pounds. Can you help me? You're a Beachbody coach. Do you know what the heck you're doing? Do I feel confident that you'll help me get to that goal? Are you competent? Are you demonstrating to me that you know what you're doing, that you can help me with this? That's number one. To become your customer, I need to know you're competent. Number two, to join your team, I need to feel good about you as a business person. I need to feel like you could actually mentor me in this business. There's two pieces to competence in our business: competence as a coach, competence as a leader. And you need to be demonstrating this in what you do. Now, look, I know a lot of you are probably new coaches and you don't have that mega confidence yet or competence. And what you need to be demonstrating is that you're gaining it. You need to be sharing what you're learning. Oh, I just learned this. This is amazing. Hey, did you guys know this? Or, hey, look at this. My first challenge group when we lost a total of 60 pounds. Start sharing your competence as you build it. But when you don't have the competence yet, listen up. This is really important, you guys. Don't pretend you do. Don't fake it. This whole fake it till you make it thing, forget that. If you're new, you need to lean into the competence of your team. You need to tell people the story of the people in your team who are amazing. You need to tell people about who's mentoring you. Oh my gosh, I'm being mentored by the best. She's amazing. He's amazing. You need to come join me so that you can be mentored by this person too. What you do when you're new is you lean into your team's competence, your upline, your team. Okay? And you let people know, I don't really know the answer to that question about the product, but I'll find out and let you know in 5 minutes because I'm mentored by the best. I have one text message and I'll get that answer for you. Okay, so demonstrating your competence is important. If you're new, you have to start building trust with the people who've known you your whole life. Like, look, for me, I was the overweight guy who drank a lot. I was the life of the party. I was so unhealthy. I used to smoke like a pack of cigarettes a day. People didn't believe me that I was Mr. Healthy Go Beachbody coach. It took time for me to share my journey for them to see what I was learning and applying in my life. But I was able to let people know, look, I'm plugged into these guys. I'm plugged into this team. Make sense? Chemistry, character, competence. The first 3 ways to build trust. I've got one principle on this, and then we'll flip it to number 4. But I want to share this with you. When somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about 3 things. They really only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Okay. Now, when you get objections in your business, all objections come from these questions. These are like heart questions. They're not asked out loud. The objection might be, "Oh, I don't like how much vitamin D is in Shakeology." But the objection is, "Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do?" Okay. How do you overcome these? Building relationships, by building the relationship. And that's what tonight's about. I'm going to teach you how to do that. But first, we got to get through how to get trust, chemistry, character, competence. Number 4, consistency. Consistency. How many of you have kids? Is it important to be consistent with your kids if you want them to trust you? It's like the most important thing, right? Being consistent is so important. You're a Beachbody coach. How important is it for you to be consistent? Working out, eating healthy, right? If you're posting on Instagram the bacon-covered donuts you're crushing on Sunday, is that consistent? Is that going to build trust for what you're doing? Probably not. Consistency is huge. I love this principle, by the way, about consistency. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. What's amazing about this is not only does consistency build trust, but it attracts people to you. It attracts people to your business. It attracts people to you as customers, and it attracts people to your team. How many of you have been told by somebody else that you're inspiring them, that you're an inspiration? And if you think about, and I'm sure a lot of you, I mean, I can't see your faces, but I can just feel you going, that's me. People are saying that to me. It's not because you don't put you can put your pants on 2 legs at once. It's because you're being consistent. They see that. They see you working out, working hard. They see you working to overcome health challenges and to lose weight and help other people do it. They're inspired by your consistency. That makes you an inspiration to them, and they want to be around it. How many people have made the joke to you, "I need a Beachbody, ha ha ha, I wish I had a Beachbody." Those people want to be near it. They want to be around it. And it's because of your consistency. It's so cool. By the way, this principle is a whole chapter in one of my favorite books, which I'll recommend to you. It's called, here's a picture of it, if you can see them, the little postage stamp there. It's called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Such a great book. This is a classic on what motivates people. You should check it out. If you want to have really powerful challenge groups, this book will help you unbelievably to get better results with people. Okay. So let's talk about this. How many of you are consistent? You've got a little hand raise button if you want to participate with me. How many of you are consistent? You drink Shakeology every single day. Let me see your hands. Good job. Okay, great. Okay, pull those down. How about posting on social media and sharing your story? How many of you are consistent with that? Awesome. In fact, I've worked now with 72 different network marketing companies. Beachbody is the best when it comes to sharing on social media. But the real question here is what's on your screen. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? What I mean is, are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are drinking Shakeology, working out, and doing your social posts? Because what I want you guys to understand is that relationship building is a contact sport. And I will tell you, if you hired me as a consultant in your business, I would tell you what you need to do is be in contact with everybody you know on a regular basis to build those relationships, and you'll have tons of business. But you can't do that unless you're in regular contact with people. You got to be in regular contact with people one-on-one. And I know that your time is scarce because my time is scarce. I know that you maybe have an hour a day. That's okay. We built a whole system to help you do it in less than an hour a day, which I'll show you tonight. But you got to be in regular contact with people. Here's the principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Just really quickly, let me give you guys an example. How many of you have ever received from somebody that you care about, a card, like a nice card for an occasion, and in the card, most of it was blank and it was handwritten message. The message was beautiful and it moved your heart. How many of you have received a card like that in your life? Hopefully everybody. Listen, if you've never received a card like that that's moved you, would you just put your address in the chat and we'll all write you one? Okay, we'll send you one so you can get one. But here's the thing I want to ask you. After you receive a card like that and you think, wow, that's really nice, how many of you are able to just crumple that card up and throw it in the trash can? Anybody here that's, what is that? What is it Marie Kondo calls it? I can't remember. Sparking your joy. How many of you spark your joy by tearing up cards from loved ones? Nobody. I got a couple hands, like two. How many of you are actually have a hard time throwing those cards away and you put them in some sort of a special place where you've got a collection of cards like that? The kind of thing that you think, I should get rid of these, but I can't bear to get rid of them. It's amazing how we treasure these cards. And in fact, when we pass away, a lot of times our family, they treasure the cards and letters that we received more than anything else that we leave behind. Isn't that amazing? It's like a legacy of emotion and connection. Now, on the other hand, how many of you have ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. This one I received from my life insurance salesperson. Nice guy. Been my life insurance person for many years. And he sends me this birthday card every year. You guys ever get one of these? Does this go in the special place, or does this, you're just fine throwing this in the trash, right? How many of you chuck this in the trash as soon as you see it? This is nice. And I'm sure that, for a minute, I think about him for a minute before I throw it away. And I'm sure that some people will call him up and remember they want to add some more insurance. So he gets a couple deals out of this. But this is not the same as that beautiful card, is it? The reason why this has no value really is because it violates that principle. It required no time. This didn't take any time for him to do. This is an automatic service, right? And it's not a personal contact. This is a bulk mailing. This is not a personalized contact. So it has very little value. See, for it to be valuable, it needs to take time and it needs to be personal. Does it make sense? It needs to take time. Now, do you have to write letters and cards to people all day long? No, of course not. But that should be something that you do on a regular basis for special occasions, especially for the coaches on your team. Oh my gosh, when they rank up, and send them a card, they'll keep it forever. Okay. But even just taking a second to message somebody on Facebook or on Instagram, or to send them a text message one-on-one, it'll make their day. It'll only take you, your investment of time might only be 2 or 3 seconds, but it's still there and it's still meaningful. This is like a great post on Facebook or Instagram that gets, 100 likes and a couple people join the next challenge group because of it. He gets a couple people by sending this out too. But when you reach out to somebody individually and say, hey, it changes the game. It changes the game. People are so starved for connection and they're not getting it anywhere. Everything that we've built to connect with people actually holds them farther out. If you can cut through it and connect with people, you'll start winning the game. And it's so much fun. All right, so let's jump back in here. I think I'm ready to show you Teamzy, but let's just finish this off. I have one more slide. Okay, so there's the principle again. If you didn't get it, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, so this is the thing, is you need a system. You can't just go out there and go, well, I'm going to connect with people, blah, blah, blah. You got to have a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, not just the 10 or 20 you're thinking about. Know when to contact them and know when not to. In other words, have a system. This is when I'm going to contact this person and how often, and not have to think about it, right? Don't spend all day planning. If you only have an hour a day, you need to be acting during that time. Know what you're going to say so you can start conversations quickly and easily and make people's day without staring at the screen all day long trying to think of the perfect message. That's what I used to do until I figured out how simple it is. The simpler I went, the better response I got. And make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Okay, make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Here's what I will tell you right now, Beachbody coaches, 80% of the people who you should be converting are falling through the cracks. 80%. All the way up the line. All the way up the line. It's crazy. I'm going to teach you tonight how not to do that, okay? All right. Let's go into Teamzy. So first off, I want you guys to know this. If you're not already using Teamzy, you can get a 30-day free trial. Sorry, I just got to get that focus back. The sun is setting here in beautiful San Diego, and so it's messing up my lighting. Okay. I hate that. Let's get it. Okay. There we go. So if you're not already using Teamzy, you go to teamzy.com, start a free trial. It's free for 30 days. We don't ask for your credit card or anything weird like that. Okay. We just want you to use it for 30 days and fall in love. If you did a 30-day free trial of Teamzy in the past and you want to come back, just send us a message over at support@teamzy.com, support@teamzy.com, and say, Eric said I could have another 30 days. Okay. And we'll get you started. We'll get you started. If you had a paid subscription in the past, we'll restart you and give you the first 30 days free. I just want you guys in there so you can see the new Teamzy, how it is now if you haven't used it in a while, and get going on it. Now, if you haven't used Teamzy, you're going to go to teamzy.com, get your 30-day trial. And when you first drop into Teamzy, you're going to be in the setup wizard, and it's going to look like this. Well, that's actually Facebook, but it'll look like this. Okay. This is what your first screen will look like, and it brings you into Teamzy. Remember, this is set up and built custom for Beachbody coaches, okay? So it's gonna be really familiar as we go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna skip that intro video, that's from me. And the first thing we'll do is set an income goal. What's the annual income you want from your business a year from now? Okay, what's the goal you'd like? I think you should all be at minimum setting a 6-figure goal, okay? Because I'm going to show you how Teamzy makes that easy. If you can do this consistent, look, if you can get up and do a workout every day for Beachbody, then you can do 30, 40 minutes in Teamzy every day. And if you can do 30, 40 minutes in Teamzy every day, you can easily get to 6 figures in a year. I'm telling you right now. Beachbody coaches who are using Teamzy right now actively are averaging 21 customers and 9 coaches over 90 days. Just kind of the average, okay? So you guys can do this. So I put my goal at 150. Look, if you slide this, it changes how many connects you need to do every day. See the numbers changing? So I'm going to put my goal at 150,000. That was my salary that I wanted to replace when I started my Beachbody business on the side. And so I need to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches on my team each day. Okay. If you're new and you don't have customers or coaches, then in this example, you would connect with 19 prospects a day until you build a team. Okay. So let's continue to the next page. Now we're going to get your contacts in. Okay. There's some little helpful instructions here on how to get your contacts from the coach office. You're going to want to import your coaches first, then your customers. And then I recommend getting your Facebook friends list imported. There's instructions on each of these. Okay. So you're not going through Facebook Messenger willy-nilly trying to remember who to message. It's all in Teamzy, organized. Teamzy will tell you, I'll show you in a second. Teamzy will tell you every day who to connect with today. You don't have to think about it. All right, so you upload those files and then you've got them all in there and you're ready to launch Teamzy, okay? So here's the Teamzy dashboard. There's one more step for setup that we need to do before we're ready to crush our power hour together, okay? And that's to rank and label our contacts. You see right here on my next steps, rank and label our contacts. We need to do this because basically what we do with Teamzy is we give everybody a rating on a 5-star scale, just like you're rating a pizza place at Yelp, except we're rating people, okay? This is important because if you don't prioritize relationships, then Teamzy doesn't really know how to order your list for you every day. Okay. Prioritizing relationships is key because if you don't do it, your time can never be prioritized. You've probably heard the 80-20 rule before, right? The 80-20 rule, that 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships. What we're going to do in ranking is we're going to identify those 20% that we feel are the strongest so that Teamzy will bring them up for us more often. You need to speak to the best people more often to get the best results. Okay, you need to speak to the best people more often to get the best results. So let me show you how to do it. We're going to jump over to the team page. The team page is where your whole list lives. Everybody's here. Prospects, customers, coaches, they're all here. See, the whole list is here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on rank mode right here. Rank mode lets me go down my list quickly and change the ranks just by clicking on it. So look, if I wanted to make Megan a 4-star instead of a 5-star, I just click on that and it changes her rank and it's saved and done. Okay, if I wanted to make Cosmo a 2-star, it goes down easy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go down the list. Now, everybody's a 3-star to start. They default at 3. So you're really just looking for your 4- and 5-star people. Okay, but this is super important because if you bring in 3,000 Facebook friends and you don't do this, it could be 3 months, 4 months before the people you really want to talk to even show up on your list. If you rank them up now, they'll show up first. Okay, so let me just show you these definitions real quick, and then we'll jump in and do our power hour. A 5-star is somebody that you believe is most likely, will most likely become a coach or a customer. Okay, or they're an existing customer or coach that are rock stars, or these are your best friends, your closest family. 5-star people, they're going to show up on your list every 30 days. Not to try to cold invite them, gag me with a spoon, totally. Not to try to sell them, but just to connect, okay? And what I want you to think about is making their day. I call it the make someone's day mindset. We're just going to connect to make their day. Every 30 days for 5-star people. That's often. You're not going to have a lot of 5-star people, and that's okay. 4 stars, this is somebody you feel is likely to become a customer or a coach with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or these are the people on your team, your customers that are solid. They show up every 60 days. This is also your friends and family, just not your closest circle. 4-star people come up on your list every 60 days just to connect, just to make their day. 3-star people, they could go either way. That's why everybody starts as a 3-star by default. A 3-star person can go either way. They show up on your list to connect every 90 days. This allows you to work a huge list. The 3-star people, which is most of the people on your list, you're going to connect with them 4 times a year consistently. Make sense? 4 stars more often, 5 stars 12 times a year. This helps you build those relationships. And you can move people up and down as you go. 2 stars, now it's getting colder, 120 days. Okay? So this makes sense. More stars, more often. Now, once you've done this once, you don't have to think or plan ever. Never have to plan your power hour. Never. You just turn on Teamzy and say, who's up next? And you connect with that person. Don't think about it. Follow the system. The system works. Okay? So some people get overwhelmed by the thought of doing this ranking. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by it. It's crucial. It's going to save you so much time. It's like moving into your dream home and never unpacking the dishes and the pots and pans in the kitchen. How the heck are you going to cook dinner? Are you going to dig through a box for a plate every night? No, you're going to unpack that kitchen and you're going to rock in it every day. That's what Teamzy is going to be like for you. Okay? So let's do our power hour. We're all set up and ready. Here's the Teamzy dashboard. If you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. Okay? We're going to, right here where it says today's activities, you can see the goals that we set and set up. Connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches. And of course, we have the Beachbody defaults here. Invite 3 a day, add 3 a day. See, this changes the whole concept of inviting 3 a day. Invite, right? Because we're going to connect with 19 people first. See, with relationship marketing, we don't cold invite. I feel like cold inviting damages relationships. We're going to invite people who are interested, and we're going to create 19 conversations, or try to, so that we can find the 3 invites and put them on our list. Okay? Make sense? So let me show you how to do this. I'm going to scroll down here to the Power Hour module. See the spot right in the middle? This is designed to help you crush this in less than an hour a day. This is what's going to save your time, some of your life. The left side are my lists: prospects, customers, coaches, and then my follow-ups. Okay? This list gives me 5 people at a time so that I stay focused and can't get overwhelmed. Of course, everybody's in Teamzy on my team page. But these are the people that are up next so I can stay focused. The right-hand side is where I log the message as I go so that it's logged and tracked, and nobody can fall through the cracks, because as soon as I connect with them, they're scheduled automatically back in Teamzy again based on their star rank. Make sense? Now, let's just do this together. I'm going to use Facebook Messenger to message my people because I love Facebook Messenger. It gets such a great response rate. But you can, of course, log an activity in Teamzy for anything that you do. You can do Facebook, email, text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, phone call, greeting card, whatever you want. You can do other. You can make one up. Okay, whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to message Jay. Now, this is where I would get stuck on this. What am I going to say to her? Maybe I haven't talked to her since high school. Do you guys have people come up on your list and you're like, oh my gosh, why would I even message this person? Now, without Teamzy, you would probably skip them. Teamzy's going to push you to message them anyways, okay? And you'll be shocked and amazed in a good way at what conversations you start. So what I'm going to do is, so that you don't overthink like I did, I want you just to go to scripts. See scripts right here? You're going to pop that open, because all of my scripts that have now been refined by 80,000 users in Teamzy are in here for you to use. These aren't sales scripts. They're just starting conversation scripts. They're easy ways to connect with people. So I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to grab the first one on the list, connect number 1. Here's the script. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Okay, copy the script. Funny thing is, I want you guys to use my scripts, but don't modify them too much because there's a psychological reason for every word. A friend of mine recently sent the same script. She took the how are you out and she goes, everybody's just answering thank you. I said, that's because all you're doing is telling them they have a great day, right? So don't edit it too much. So what I did was I copied that script. Now what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to paste it in Teamzy so I can edit it a little bit. I need to change the name, obviously, to the correct name. And for me, I wouldn't change the words, but I am going to put some emoticons in here, right? Got to have some emoticons. Let's see. I don't know. Whatever emoticons you like, right? Now I've got it just the way I want to send it. So now I'm going to go ahead and send it. Now you don't have to, you can skip this step of putting it in Teamzy to edit it, but I have sent it out with the wrong name before. So this is just one, it's an extra step, but it keeps me from making that mistake. So I've got Facebook open in a separate tab. I'm going to go look up Jay. You have to send Facebook messages on Facebook, just so you guys know. So it's easy to do though. There's Jay. I'm going to send her this message. Now look, paste, send, done. Now it's done. The message was sent to Jay. Now I'm going to finish logging it in Teamzy. See the blue button that says log connect? That's how you log a connect. You press the big blue button that says log connect. Now watch what happens on my dashboard when I do this. Connects logged. Now I have 1 done, 8 left. My list moved up. Notice that Jay's gone. Next person is Darlene. Now I could just use that same script. It's already in my clipboard. Change the name. Okay. Darlene, super quick. Now I would do the same thing. I'd toggle over to Facebook. I'd send the message to Darlene, and then I would log it in Teamzy. 2 done, 7 left. Next person's Vidal. I'm going to do the same thing. Do you guys see how easy this is? Now, you don't have to use the same script every time, but if you're just starting out, you might as well. No big deal. Ready to go. Send it in Facebook or wherever you're sending it and log it. I've got 3 done, 6 left. So here's how your power hour works. You're going to go down your messages on your prospects. Always work from left to right. Always work from left to right. Look, after you've been doing this 3 weeks, you guys, your follow-ups list, which I'll get to in a minute, will be full and you'll want to go there first. But always work left to right when you do your power hour. Trust me. Because I've been coaching people 16 years in their businesses. Whenever they have a full pipeline, they stop connecting with prospects. And guess what happens to the pipeline? It disappears. You guys need to know there's a 90-day cycle for generating leads in your business. 90 days. Now, the cool thing is Beachbody is the kind of thing you can get a few going right away, which will keep you moving. But most of these people are going to take, it's a 90-day cycle. So if you stop for 60 days, that means that you're going to have a full month with no production. You don't want to ever stop. Always keep connecting with prospects. So I'm going to go down my prospects list until my goal is done. My case was 9, so I'm going to connect with 9 people. This circle will turn all the way blue, and it'll say 0 left. And then I go to the next list, which is my customers. Okay? Excuse me, I took too big a sip. Now I'm going to connect with my customers the same way. I'll go to scripts and get a customer script. I've made this so easy for you guys. Seriously, this is so easy the way we set this up. Look, hi, John. How are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shakes? Please send me an update and let me know how I can be of help. So simple. Look, I'm going to use that script. Do you guys see how easy this is? His name's Hobie. Done. Now I'm ready to send it. Okay? Super easy. Stay in touch with people. Abigail comes up. I'll send her a script. This is my favorite script for customers, by the way. So great. Look at this one. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Is there anything I can do to make your day? Can you believe that? People love this one. Have you guys sent this? If somebody has used this one, comment in the comments, let people know the kind of results you're getting from it. But here's what I want you guys to know. You see how easy this is? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to message my customers until I hit my goal for the day. I want you guys to understand that you don't need a complicated follow-up program for customers. If you use Teamzy, it's super easy. Just when they come up, message them. That's it. When they come up, message them. Don't overthink it. But you need to be in regular contact with your customers. I've talked to so many people, top Beachbody coaches, who aren't in regular contact with their customers. It's such a waste. I'm going to tell you why. Magical things happen when you're in regular contact with customers, okay? As a business owner, it's the most important thing you can do. Number one, it's good service. It's the right thing to do, right? It feels good. You're going to feel good about your business when you do this. But number two, when you're in regular contact with people, they order more products and they retain longer. They order more products and they retain longer. I'm just telling you right now, people right now that are on auto ship, if you're in regular contact with them, they'll order more stuff. This is a statistical fact. You want to see your whole team volume go up? I have teams come in and they ask me to do a team call for them. By the way, I will do that for you if you have at least 50 people that will come to the call. Say they'll come to the call, which means 20 will show up. I'll come. I'll do a team call for you. But people come and they have me do team calls, and then they go, wow, our team volume went up 30% this month while everyone was in their free trial. I wonder why. I'll tell you why, because you're in touch with your customers. When you're in touch with them, they order more and they retain longer. It's awesome. Now, the third reason why you need to be in touch with your customers is this. How many of you have at least one customer that you love and you'd like more like that person? Anybody? Where do you get a new customer like that? Where do you find those people? Is there an Instagram class for this? I'm just joking. I know Instagram is an awesome tool, but I want you guys to understand the best source for a new customer, is your current customer. The best source for a new customer is your current customer. There's no better place to go. What do people do when they love something? They talk about it. Oh my gosh. Look, I used to have a full-time job, and I remember what it was like to go make my Shakeology in the kitchen, in the break room. Everyone's crushing donuts. I'm in there making Shakeology. What you doing? Well, how much weight have you lost? What is that? I'm talking about it. People talk about stuff they love. They're getting results. They're talking about it. People are noticing, and they're talking about it. It's what human beings do. Which means your customers are already talking about Beachbody to their friends and family. Okay, this is a fact. This is actually happening. Now, you need to understand that 82% of people say they make buying decisions based on what? Based on the recommendation of friends and family. So your customers are talking to their friends and family already about Beachbody, telling them how great it is. My question for you is, are you signing all those people up? Who's getting them? Are they going to beachbody.com? Are they buying it from Amazon? How are you not getting them? You need to be in touch with your customers. Have a regular relationship with them so that you can ask them, who do you know that you've talked to about Beachbody? Who do you care about that I need to get more information to? Can you introduce me to the people you've been talking to about this so I can help them? You will have no shortage of customers. Okay. It's kind of a funny little side story, just so you guys know. When I was a Beachbody coach, and the only reason I'm not anymore is because when I launched Teamzy, compliance said you can't do both. So I had to go with Teamzy. I was a brand new coach, and my very first month I hit diamond, and I didn't know that was a big deal. I went to there was a national what do you guys call it, convention, summit, the Beachbody Summit. I drove to it. It was in Las Vegas. I live in San Diego, so it's not that far. We drove. We're brand new. They put this thing around my neck that said I was a diamond coach. People were like, oh, you're a diamond coach? How long have you been a coach? I'm like, almost 3 weeks, almost a month. And people were like, what? How did you do that? What do you mean? I don't know. Is that a big deal? People were like, it's kind of a big deal. I was like, oh. So then what happened is, this is just a little tangent. I got to tell you the story. So then Beachbody puts me in a group of diamond coaches. I'm sure a lot of you are in one of those groups. Put me in a group with like 10 other diamond coaches and the regional salesperson. And we're brainstorming on how to build our business. Well, they said, okay, we want every one of you to train 1 week on one of these topics. And nobody wanted to do recruiting, myself included, because I was brand new. I didn't really know what I was doing. But I ended up drawing the short straw, so I had to do it on recruiting. And I taught a variation of what I'm teaching you tonight. Can I just tell you that everyone on that call thought I was a nut? They were like, what? Just talking to your customers, you're going to get more customers? Yeah. That's it. That's what works. I've been teaching this for 16 years. I've taught it to people, doing massive businesses in other industries. And what's funny is, here I am 3 years later, 80,000 users in Teamzy using this system. It works, you guys. You don't need to go off looking in random places under rocks for people. If you know people who are already using the products, that's the best place to find new people. They will bring new people to you. In the beginning of the call, when I talked about building advocates, that's what an advocate is. An advocate's excited about your mission. They're bringing people in. So stay in touch with your customers. Don't neglect them. Don't neglect your customers, okay? Connect with them. The next group we're going to connect with in our power hours are coaches. You're just going to send them a message to connect. This is super important. People work hard for a relationship. They're really not money motivated. I mean, everybody needs to survive, right? But people are motivated by relationships, by loyalty, by friendship, by community, by family. That's what you need to build on your team. Just connect with people. And as you get huge and as you get successful, stay in touch with people. I just want you guys to know a personal text from you means a lot more than just seeing you on a Zoom call or talking to you in the Facebook group for the team. They need to know. They need to know. I'll never forget when I was building Teamzy and it was new and it was kind of in beta, talking to a coach on the Success Club trip. We were on a ship in the middle of the Caribbean, and she was talking to me about Teamzy and how it was helping her build her business. This is somebody who had just at that moment was qualifying 8-star, and her sponsor, Superstar Diamond, celebrity type in Beachbody, really, really amazing woman. And I said to her, I go, wow, that's your sponsor? Do you get to talk to her, or do you guys have a relationship? She says, no, not really. She's so busy. I haven't really talked to her one-on-one since she signed me up. I said, oh. I asked her, I said, how meaningful would it be if you got a text from her right now that said, hey, I heard you're 8-star qualifying. I just want to let you know how proud of you I am, and to let you know if you need anything, I'm here. And can I just tell you guys, this is when I knew we were onto something with Teamzy. She was like, she just started crying. And then she apologized. She goes, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying. It's so stupid. I'll tell you why though, guys. That relationship means so much to us. Some of you are thinking about how great it would be to get a text like that from your upline. Be that upline. Okay? As your team grows, stay in touch with them. Make their day. It might just be what they need to keep going. And if you can keep people on your team engaged and going, guess what happens to your business, right? Prospects, customers, coaches. This is the easiest part of the power hour. In our example, our goal is 150,000. We're going to connect with 19 people. If you use my scripts, you're done in 15 minutes with that part. Prospects, customers, coaches, 15 minutes a day. Send those messages out. Now, a couple pro tips on this. Some people will respond right away. Don't go off and have the conversation yet until you've got all your outgoing messages out. Okay? My other pro tip is some people won't respond, and that's okay. Don't think about them. They're in Teamzy. They're going to come back automatically. You don't have to think about them. You don't have to set a reminder to follow up again. It's all automatic for you. You're going to focus on the people who do respond. If I send 19 messages a day for 5 straight days and only half of them respond, how many conversations do I have going on Friday? Have you guys done the math? 50. 50. That means I have 15 invites by the end of the week. That is momentum, friends. Super momentum. Okay? So, prospects, customers, coaches, that's the first half of your power hour. It's super easy and fun. Just fire those messages off. Now I get to the fourth list, which is follow-ups. You'll see it's empty. It's completely empty. Why is there nobody there? So first off, I need you to understand that in my words, my terminology, a follow-up is following up on an invite. A connect is just saying hello and connecting. Okay? We're following up on invites with follow-ups. So how do I get people to invite? So I'm talking to people. I sent those messages out. I messaged my friend Jay. Hey, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. She says, oh, that was so nice. How are you? We're doing great. You know, we start having a conversation. I'm going to start asking her questions. I'm going to get very interested in her and try to get caught up on what's going on in her life. Why do I need to get caught up on her life? So that I can help her. So that I can help her. That's the goal, is to help her in some way. My goal is not to get her in my challenge group right in this minute. My goal is to find out a way to help her. And maybe it has nothing to do with Beachbody. Maybe she needs someone to pray with her today. Maybe she just needs a recommendation to a great article or a book, or she's interested in learning more, or hey, I saw your post about whatever. You know, tell me more about that. Oh, I can send just more information on that. Great. Maybe she needs she's got a leaky roof She needs a roofer, and you know a great roofer, and you can give her a phone number. How can you help her? That's your first goal. And as you help people and invest in the relationships, you build that trust. So your goal is not to sell Shakeology or get them into a workout program. Your goal is to be their coach. Your goal is to be their trusted advisor, the person who's going to help them get healthy and stay healthy, and who's going to help their friends and family get and stay healthy. That's your goal. You got to build that trust. Make sense? So I'm having a conversation with Jay. We're catching up. It's going great. She's telling me all about her life, her job, her kids, her dog, right? People like to talk about themselves. Let them keep talking about themselves. This is great. Be interested in them. And remember, take notes, okay? Jay says, what about you, Eric? What have you been up to? Now is where I get to share my business, okay? Now is where I get to share my business. But I don't think of it as sharing my business. This is what I think of it as. And write this down. Share what you do and why you're passionate about it. Share what you do and why you're passionate about it. Okay. So I might say something like, Jay, I don't know if you know, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but I recently lost 60 pounds. And I feel amazed. It's like, it was life-changing to lose that weight. I feel 10 years younger. I have energy. I feel amazing. She's like, wow, good for you. That's amazing. How did you do that? I actually did it with Beachbody. You know those guys, the P90X guys? Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah. And it's been so life-changing for me that I've dedicated myself to helping other people do it too. And so now full time I help other people regain their health, lose weight, get healthy, get fit. It's been so rewarding. I actually was able to leave my job. I'm home with my kids. It's been unbelievable. Helping people. And I used to actually keep a tally of all the weight people lost in my challenge groups. I had a little spreadsheet, and I would ask people, how much weight did you lose? And I just put it in the tally so I could tell people. You know, in the last year, I've helped people lose 1,800 pounds total. Isn't that amazing? People are like, wow, that's so cool. Share what you do and why you're passionate about. Why are you a Beachbody coach? Is it because it helped you in some way? Is it because you are passionate about helping other people? Is it because you helped somebody close to you, like my friend Isabel, who I helped, whose blood pressure at age 45 was so high, her doctor said she was going to have a stroke in the next year. And after 6 months of Shakeology and doing, at the time, 21-day fix, she got off high blood pressure medication altogether. Was it a story like that? Why are you passionate about this? Just share that with people. Don't vomit on them that you want to sell them something. Like, just tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. And their response is going to be like, wow, good for you. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, wow, that's awesome. And then you invite them. Would you like to learn more about it? Hey, I have a group coming up. Would you like to learn more about this? I actually do these groups, these accountability groups every month. Would you like information about one of my groups? Is something you might be interested in learning more about? And if she says yes, let's invite her. If she says, nah, not right now, no worries. Guess what I do with a no? I don't go for no. I go for their friends. I just ask her, I plant the seed. Hey, you know what, Jay? It was great catching up with you. I really enjoyed chatting with you today. She said, me too. And I know you're not interested in the challenge group right now or doing anything like that, which is totally fine. But could you do me a favor if you do come across somebody that you care about who needs help with their health, their vitality, with their weight, whatever? Could you connect us so I could get them some information? Because I need to help as many people as I can, and I would be honored to help your friends and family. Plant the seed. You know what she's going to say to that? Okay, I'll think about it and see who I can come up with. Okay, great. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate it. Have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon. Boom. That's what a no looks like. A yes looks like this. A yes looks like this. Yeah, I would like to learn more about, what is this group you have coming up? I would like to learn more about that. Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's jump on a call. Hey, can you jump on the phone right now? Or can you get on a Zoom right now? I just want to ask you a couple questions and find out what your goals are and see if it's something I can help you with. Okay. So I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to ask her questions. I'm going to find out what she needs, what she wants to achieve. Then I'm going to tell her, yep, I think this is a good fit for you. I think you should do this program. You're going to get on Shakeology. You're going to do this. We're going to get you set up. We start on the 22nd. Okay. I'm going to send you information right now with everything that you need, everything we talked about and everything you need to purchase so that you can get in this challenge group. She's perfect. So now how do I invite her to my challenge group? This is how I'm going to do it in Teamzy. I'm going to look her up in my lookup bar. Because she's not on my dashboard anymore, I have to look her up. That brings me to her full record. I'm going to open this Connect. So it looks just like the dashboard, right? Now, see on the bottom left, I saw in the chat, even though I'm not doing questions in the chat, I'm doing them in the Q&A, but I just want you to know, again, if you're looking for scripts, they're right here. See the scripts right there? Right there in the connect box. But you see on the left side where it says invite, if you're going to log an invite, you click that. You click that, and you take it off of the default, which is just connecting, and you put it to what are you inviting them to? A free group, challenge group, try Shakeology, whatever. I'm going to put this example, I'm going to do challenge group, okay? And so now it's automatically created a follow-up for me. Do you see that little calendar icon there that's yellow? That means there's a follow-up set. It's set for 2 days, but let me set it for tomorrow because I always tell her I'll follow up tomorrow and see if you have any questions, okay? You can set a follow-up for any day in the future. These are just like quick grabs, but you can go to custom date and grab the calendar and do it for any day in the future. Okay, so I'm going to set it for tomorrow. So now I've got a follow-up set, and I'm just going to do a quick thing, whatever it was. Let's see, 21-day fix. I know I'm old school, but I haven't been a coach for a couple of years. So, okay, so look, I'm inviting her to that. Log it. Now when I go, so notice that there's a follow-up now on her record. So when I go to the dashboard, look what this looks like. I've got an invite logged. Cool. 1 out of 3 for the day. And when I go to my follow-ups list, you can see there's a follow-up for tomorrow on Jay's record. I've now moved her off my prospects list and I placed her on my follow-ups list. These are my hot leads. These are the people who are interested that I've invited, and now I'm going to follow up on. Okay? So your power hour looks like this: prospects, start conversations, customers, coaches. And then at some point in the day, you might have a little bit of time set aside to have these conversations and message back and forth. I had an hour in the evening set aside for that and half of my lunch break at work. That's all. That's all I needed to have all these conversations. And it was busy, but I was carry those on. And then you're going to put people on your follow-ups after you've invited them and follow up like a pro. Simple. Nobody falls through the cracks. Connect, start conversations, have great conversations, ask questions, invite, follow up like a pro. Now, how do I do a follow-up in Teamzy? Again, super easy. You go to scripts. By the way, this is where people need the most help, is the follow-ups. So I put the follow-up scripts in Teamzy too, 10 of them in order, numbered for you, 1 through 10. You really can't mess this up. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Look, follow-up number 1, there it is. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So simple and effective, okay? So I'll just copy that script just like before. And you can see there's all my follow-up scripts, look, numbered. You just pull them out. You just go. So look, this is my script. I'm going to change the name to Jay. Hi, Jay, just checking in like I promised I would. Okay, wait, we got to send it to her. I've got Facebook right here. Here it is. She's still up. That makes it easy, convenient. Send her this message. Now the follow-up is sent. So now I'm sending her the follow-up. Done. Okay, now I log it in Teamzy. But before I log the follow-up, I set a new follow-up. I want to keep her on my follow-ups list. Let's say I'm going to follow up again 2 days from now. Okay, so now I log it. And she's back on my follow-up list. Now she's due on Thursday for a follow-up. This is super important, you guys. See how easy that is? Easy, right? Pretty easy. No more little pads of paper and sticky notes and all the stuff you're trying to do now, okay? This is so easy and organized, and it's made for the Beachbody business. Now look, here's where you guys really need, I could be done right now. We could be done with the webinar, but I need you guys to understand this. The fortune's in the follow-up. And here's a statistic you need to know. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times when you invite somebody to a challenge group? I find very few people who raise their hand. And I think the biggest reason, besides the fact that without teams, you're just not that organized to stay on them for months like that. I think the biggest reason is that you probably feel like you're be a pest or be annoying. How many of you, that's why you don't follow up 10 times? Yeah. I see all the little hands going up. That's normal. But here's what I want you to understand. First off, I'm going to teach you right now how to do it and not be annoying. People will love you for it. They will thank you for it, honestly. But you need to shift your mindset first. Because let me just ask you guys this. I know you guys are good at pushing the little hand button. How many of you are Beachbody coaches because you truly feel like you can change lives? This is a way for you to really help people. Let me see your hands. Now, question for you is this. If they never join your challenge group or get the challenge pack or get Shakeology, are you going to help them that much? If 80% of them won't even make the purchase unless you followed up 7 to 10 times, I want you to know the only way you can help these people is by following up. That's all you have. That's the only tool that will help them. Okay? Being a coach begins on the follow-up. That's where your coaching starts. Now, that's why I want you to understand it this way. This is a concept I want you to internalize and make it your life. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Okay? This is how you love people, is by following up, even when you're uncomfortable doing it. Now, here's the good news. I'm going to teach you how to do it so that they love it and they thank you for it. Okay? And that you're not annoying and you won't damage relationships. In fact, when you follow up this way, not only does it work, but they're more likely to become advocates because they love your style and your approach, and they're so impressed by it. Here you go. First off, I want you to know that my 10 follow-up scripts in Teamzy follow these two principles, so you can just use them, okay? But here they are. Number one, when you follow up, don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't even ask them, don't ask them to call you. Don't ask them to even respond. Don't tell them that their cart is unfinished and they need to finish their purchase. Okay? Don't ask them to do anything. Nobody likes homework. Number two, the number two thing to do in your follow-up is make sure that your follow-up is short and it has to be messaged. They have to be able to read it. Okay? Facebook Messenger, direct message on Instagram, text message. No emails, because no one reads those, okay? It has to be short and they have to be able to read it. This is why. Because when your message comes, it will not come at the right time. It will be inconvenient for them. They will not be able to answer it. They see your message, and because you didn't ask them to do anything and because it's short and sweet, they're going to look at it and they're going to see it as a notification on their phone. And they're going to be able, because it's short, they'll be able to read the whole thing. You haven't done anything to irritate them yet. But if they have to open that message, now they're irritated because they don't want you to see that they've read it because they can't respond, right? They get the message, the baby's throwing up on the dog. They get the message, they're driving. They get the message, they're cooking dinner. They just can't respond right now. So they don't want you to know they've opened it, but they really want to see it. Aren't you guys like that? You're like, oh, my phone just buzzed. I can't do anything about it right now, but I got to see who it's from and I want to see what it says. That's why you do it this way. Short and sweet, because here's what happens. I'm talking to Jay about Beachbody. I'm talking to her about what we're going to do in the challenge group. She's so excited because she has got something she's been lacking for a while. She's got hope and a plan. Hope and a plan. She's excited. But you know what? Her life happens. So the next day, I noticed that she hasn't purchased her challenge pack. I send her that follow-up. She sees it for a split second. She reconnects to that excitement, that feeling of hope. But she can't do anything right now. She's busy. Okay? But she sees the message. A couple days later, I message her again. She sees it. She reconnects to that feeling of hope again. She still can't do anything. She hasn't opened her messages. Normally, I'd be going, she's not even opening her messages. Oh my gosh, she's not interested. Nothing but crickets coming back. Here's what I want you guys to know, though. 20% of the people you're talking to will sign up after the first 3 follow-ups. Those are the people you're already getting. 80% will not even respond to maybe 5 or 6 in. Nothing but crickets. Nothing but the deafening sound of silence. And resist the temptation to fill in that silent time with your stories, your made up reasons why they're not responding, or they're broke, or their husband's a jerk, or whatever. I heard they were sick, or I saw on Facebook, whatever, they got a flat tire. Those are your stories. Just keep loving them. How do you love them? By following up again. How do you love them? By staying in touch. By following through on your promise to care for them and to help them, to coach them. You're going to help them get into that wedding dress. You're going to help them have energy and vitality for their kids and their grandkids. You're going to do what you said you were going to do, and you're going to start demonstrating that now by loving them through this process. Teamzy makes it you look like you're amazing because you just keep them on that list. You send the follow-up, set the next one. I'm on follow-up number 3. Let me get Eric's follow-up number 4 script and send it. Here's what will happen. Around the 6th follow up, nothing but crickets, you'll get a response that says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for staying in touch. I'm so sorry I haven't responded. And they'll tell you this happened and this happened, this happened, this happened. And now you've restarted the conversation, you keep going. It may take a while. Some of your best people will take a long time. Okay. But if you're doing Teamzy 5 days a week, you're getting in there, connecting, starting conversations, inviting people, putting them on that follow-ups list. That follow-ups list gets full of people that you're staying in contact with. Guess what happens? Every single month, a handful of those people join the challenge group. Every single month, you're putting your Success Club points in. Every single month, you're converting those people to coaches. You're getting those customers converted who are getting great results. You're connecting with them as customers and doing what I told you, getting introduced to their friends and setting them up as coaches and building their teams out. Every single month, you just get in there, you connect, 15 minutes, send out messages, right? 15 minutes, do your follow-ups. Set aside a little time later in the day to have all those conversations you're starting. And it's like clockwork. Nobody falls through the cracks. Nobody falls through the cracks. And you have a business that you can sustain, that feels good, that is amazing. All right. Real quick, let me show you how to finish them off, and after they join your team, become a coach, and then we'll do Q&A. I see I've already got 4 questions in the Q&A. If you've got Q&A questions, pop them in there, okay? And I'll be happy to answer them. So here's what happens. So now I'm on my dashboard. I go into the coach office. I see that Jay came in as a coach. Now, if you're not doing this, I'm gonna assume you guys are doing this, but every person that joined my challenge group, almost all of them, I had come in as a coach because it was a better deal. So explain that to them. Explain that to them. Look, even if you're not interested, ask them, say, hey, are you interested in learning about the business at all? Not really. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you about it anyways because it's a better discount deal. Okay. And if you change your mind down the road, I'm here to answer those questions. Okay, great. So get them in as a coach. So let me show you how I did this. I'm going to look her up. So I'll look her up again to bring me to her record. Okay. So the first thing I'll do is click on sale just to log that she purchased something. Let's say she got a challenge pack. Okay. Click save. She got a challenge pack. Great. Then tag the programs that she's using. Okay, our example is 21 Day Fix. Great. And I don't know, vegan, vanilla. I would tag their flavors. Just, okay? Great. You can tag anything you want. I would tag military spouse. Tags help you to know who they are, right? Now, check this out. Where it says member type, I'm going to move from prospect over to coach and click on PS, which stands for personally sponsored coach. Okay, now she's on my team. Now she's on my team. She'll show up on the coach column as we go. Make sense? Cool. Now, look, another reason to stay in touch with your coaches is that a lot of them are discount coaches, right? But a lot of times discount coaches become builders. And if you have something like Teamzy that you can show people that they have a roadmap and a plan that they can follow, a lot of people might be more interested in doing this. So, okay, so that is how you do it. That's how you take relationship marketing, leverage it, use a system like Teamzy to stay super organized and efficient with your time so you can build a 6-figure business in an hour a day, okay? When you decide that you're making money and you're ready to leave your career and go full-time into Beachbody, you still only need an hour a day to do this part of it. How awesome is that? Okay, let me jump in the Q&A. Desiree says, how often with posts? Is that, I'm guessing you mean on social media, which is totally different training, but I'll tell you my opinion. I post once a day. That's all. Just once a day. It's manageable. Okay, once a day. Don't post everything about Beachbody. Post about your life, post about health, post about things that you love, and post about how you're helping people share stories too. Kyle says, how do you handle all these conversations once they're going? I started Teamzy a month ago and did it for about a week and got overwhelmed trying to keep up with the conversations that came from that. So Kyle, your choice in business is to have nothing going on or have a lot going on. There's really nothing in between. There's really not a nothing in between. Successful people are not any less overwhelmed than unsuccessful people. The difference is they're overwhelmed with opportunities, which is what you experienced, instead of being overwhelmed with worry. So what I recommend you do, so what I'm saying is you were in a good place. You generated a lot of momentum in 1 month, overwhelming momentum. How many of you guys on the call are going, wow, that sounds pretty good? So here's what I did. And I mentioned it earlier, but I set aside blocks of time to have conversations so that I wasn't running ragged on my phone all day messaging people. I've got 4 kids. They wouldn't have it if I was on my phone all day. So what I did was I did my power hour in the morning before everybody got up, like at 5 in the morning. And then I had a full-time job. So at lunchtime, I would take half of my lunch break and I would go sit in my car and I would message people. I'd respond. And then in the evening, I had an hour where I would take, it was after the kids went to bed. My kids were small. So it was still like, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. I would take an hour where I would answer messages. That's how I did it. Okay. But if you set aside a few time blocks like that, you won't get insane with it. Make sense? Okay. Angela says, yeah, thank you. You're welcome, Angela. Nicole says, tips for invite scripts. Short and sweet via Facebook message, send info on Beachbody workout and shakes. I don't want to overwhelm people and keep them interested. Okay, Nicole, here's the thing. People have been asking me for invite scripts forever. Here's the most important thing that you can send via message. Would you like to learn more about this? Are you interested in learning more about this? Just the first question is just, would you like to learn more? Would you like some more information on what I'm doing? Okay. Now, if they say, yeah, I'd like a little bit more information, or if they make a joke, a lot of times people would joke, I need a Beachbody, ha, ha, ha. I wish I could lose 20 pounds, ha, ha, ha. And I would say, if you're serious about it, I can help you. But for me, I just want you to know this, Nicole. This is, again, a totally separate training. If somebody shows interest, get them on a phone call or get them on a Zoom and ask them questions and find out specifically what are their goals. What's your goal? You want to lose weight? Why? How much weight do you want to lose? Where do you want to lose weight? Where is the part about your body you don't like? Are you exercising now? Tell me what your eating looks like. Ask them a bunch of questions. Okay? Find out exactly what they want to achieve. Let them say it out loud to themselves and then let them know, you know what, I think I can help with this. And then give them their plan. Tell them which workout program you recommend. Okay? Tell them what drinking Shakeology will do for them. So that conversation, like I don't believe in the invite on the Facebook message. I believe the Facebook messages set up the conversation because that conversation, you, at least in my experience, if they said yes, I got 100%. 100% of the people I talked to like that signed up for my group, 100%. So just so you know, okay. Kara says, if we're getting crickets after the follow-ups, how often do we keep following up? Every 2 days? Okay, Kara, that is a great question. And I don't have an exact science for this. It's more of an art than a science, but here's what I do. I would follow up. If somebody was really interested, I would follow up like 3 days in a row, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And that's for the, remember we talked about how 20% close right away. That's for those 20%. I'll get them right away. So I go 1, 2, 3, follow up. And then I might start backing it off. Right? After those first 3 in a row, I might wait 4 days for the next one. Then I might do it every 4 days. And then after a couple of those cycles, I might go to a week. And it seems like the time between follow-ups gets a little bit longer as you go. Does that make sense? But you want to keep them on your list. So again, I don't have the exact time, but I definitely wouldn't follow up 10 days in a row. If that makes sense. So I'd go, the frequency just kind of, as you go, it just gets a little bit longer between follow-ups. Okay? Amber says, when you invite someone with a cart and they don't respond after that, I follow up 2 days later. If they don't respond again, how long do I wait before I follow up again? And again after that? That's the same question. Great. We're on the same page. It's cool. Okay. Kyle, do you still invite them into the challenge group if they don't purchase a challenge pack? Like if they just got BOD and not Shakeology. Personally, Kyle, I did not. I had a free group that I would put them in, but they did not come into my challenge group unless they got a challenge pack or maybe they had a challenge, maybe they had BOD in the past, but they had to have Shakeology to get in the challenge group. That was my thing. So if you want to be in the challenge group and get the daily coaching, you need to commit. Make sense? That's just me. That's the way I did it. That was how I got paid. And I tell them, this is how I get paid to do this. Plus the benefits that it'll do for you. Michelle says, what if you don't get your prospects, customers, coaches list a day or 2 during the week? Do they just stay in the queue and it shows as backup? Or do you miss them the day they show up, do they go away the next day? So Michelle, if you miss a couple days, your list just stays there. They just stay there. It doesn't back up. So this is a really good question. Think of it this way. If you're doing a Beachbody workout program and you're supposed to work out 6 days a week in this program and you miss Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do you recommend that people do 4 workouts on Friday to catch up? Should they do all 4 of the workouts they missed on Friday? No, you just tell them, okay, just jump back in and do Friday's workout. Teamzy is the same way. If you miss a few days and you come back in on Friday, all I want you to do is that day's goal. In our example, it's 19. You just do those 19. Now, you might have a couple of follow-ups that you scheduled that you have to back up on, catch up on. But as far as connecting, your list just waits for you and you jump in there. By the way, that goal that I set, 150 grand, that was based on a 5-day work week. So Teamzy's built in to let you have a little time with the kids and not like be 24/7 on this. Make sense? Okay. Let's see here. I got a couple more. Aaron says, best way to add people. That's where I get held up each day. Well, okay. One of the things that I loved, and I don't know if this has changed. Again, I'm not a current Beachbody coach, guys, so you got to bear with me, but I loved that I always got people from Beachbody every day. So that was easy. I got at least one of my ads free from Beachbody. So that was nice. They were just putting people in there, which was cool. But how do you add people? Okay, so Aaron, think about all the people you know. They should all be on your list. The people that you know, put them all on there. Get all your Facebook friends in there. Everybody that you can think of. It doesn't matter if you haven't talked to them in 20 years. They should be on your list. Start racking your brain about everybody you know. Okay. Facebook does this thing. They recommended people. Look at that list every day because there's people you have in common. You know, find those people and friend them. Join Facebook groups. Meet people. But the one thing that I found was really helpful was doing free groups like 7-day group challenges. Do 7-day group challenges, and those work unbelievably. You do like I used to do this water drinking, like drink water more water every day for 7 days, right? Get hydrated. And I would say, who wants to do this with me? We're going to try to drink a gallon of water a day for 7 days. Come join this group. I'll hold you accountable, teach you all about the benefits of hydration. And people would go, yeah, I want to do it. And so then you go, great. I want you to know this is an open group. Add your friends to the group. Anyone that's interested, add them to the group. So I would do those, no sugar for 7 days, no gluten for 7 days, 7-day workout challenge, right? Whatever. And add your friends to the group. And I would meet 10 to 30 people every time I did a group like that. People would add them to my group. I would say, welcome to the group. I'd introduce myself to them. For 7 days, they would see what kind of knowledge and information I gave them. And then I would ask them all, would you like to learn more about the upcoming challenge group? So those free groups worked great. Okay. Marsha, would you ever invite someone to coaching if they've not been in a challenge group first? Well, I invite people to sign up for their first challenge group as a coach, if that makes sense. Always. So when somebody says, yes, I'm interested, I would send them, I had this little document that was how to sign up, and it had it had them ranked like this. Number 1, most popular, come in as a coach. And it explained why. Even if you're not interested in the business, this is the best way to come in. Number 2, just buy the challenge pack. Number 3, you can buy stuff a la carte and pay more. So I would give them that. That was like how I educated them. Does that make sense? So I invited everybody to come in as a coach, if that answers your question. Nicole says, you said only to follow up to invites. Is the invite considered when someone asks for info and you try to continue the conversation? I don't have a strict definition of what the invite is. Some invites are more solid than others. Okay, some invites are more solid than others. But I would say this, an invite has to be someone who's interested in learning about Beachbody. Okay, they have to have some interest. If you're following up on a cold invite, it's just a lot of work for a little return. So instead of that, you just connect with people and have conversations. Use those conversations to discover if there's some interest. If there's some interest, then you can invite them to something. Maybe it's a free group. Maybe that's where you need to start. But yeah, and then you're going to follow up on that interest. If that makes sense. Aaron says, I've exhausted a lot of my warm market. It's harder to find people now. Aaron, bite your tongue. That's one of the biggest fallacies of our business. You cannot exhaust a warm market. Look, this is what that means. If this is a true statement, it means nobody that I know trusts me anymore. nobody likes me. Is that true? No, it means that you cold invited them, they weren't interested, and now they're no longer you just need to spend time on the relationship. So what you need to do, Aaron, oh, you've got them added. Okay, well, I'm still going to answer this question because people say all the time, I've exhausted my warm market. You just need to reapproach your warm market with the relationship marketing approach that I've taught you tonight. Just reconnect and make their day. Don't try to push Beachbody down their throat. Just reconnect and restart the conversation. Just say, hey, how are you? How the heck is life going? Start over reconnecting with them, building trust with them, because they're already curious. And if you've been doing this a little bit and you're posting on social, they're watching. And as you connect with them, they'll be watching more, and you'll be building that trust with them over time. And you'll be amazed how many people you felt like weren't interested will become interested down the road. So for those people, you get in there. Again, in adding people, Aaron, I just answered this question a second ago, but rack your brains of everyone you might know that hasn't been added yet. Look at the people that Facebook is suggesting you have people in common, and think about doing free groups. Those are all great ways. Obviously, the old-fashioned way of talking to, if you've got kids, talking to the other parents at the kids' events and activities in schools, meeting people, getting out there, meeting people, talking to people. Meeting people at the park. I remember I go to the park with my kids and people would be like, what do you do? And I'm a Beachbody coach. And next thing I know, they're in my challenge group. So just be ready to talk to people. Okay. All right. Kara says, so I won't invite until I start having conversations, right? If I start Teamzy today, I probably won't invite until I get into the conversation, tell them about what I'm doing. Yeah. Kara, if you start Teamzy today and follow this and start following the program, by the end of your 30 days, you'll start that last week, you'll be inviting people like crazy. Now, there are people that you know already that trust you that you can invite quickly because you already have that relationship with them. That's why you're going to rank them up high and they're going to come on your list first. Okay? Your 5-star people. There are people that you could reach out to and say, hey, I'm doing a challenge group this week. Are you in? Do you want to join? There are people you can just message like that because you've already built the trust. You've already invested in that relationship. Make sense? But for the people that you don't know that well, it takes a little time to build a relationship. Okay. Lindsay, hey, you guys keep bringing questions. I'm just going to be here with you all night. It's okay. Assuming it only syncs with your Facebook friends once, do you have to manually add in new Facebook friends? Yeah, it doesn't sync with Facebook. And here's why. That goes against the terms and conditions of Facebook. And I know you guys don't want me to get you thrown out of Messenger, right? So we do not mess with Facebook's rules at all. Anybody that will sync with Facebook, they're violating your agreement with Facebook, and you could lose your Facebook page. So we wouldn't do that to you. So yeah, what you do, Facebook gives you an export. We have instructions on how to get it from Facebook according to their rules. You can put it in Teamzy. So what you do on a daily basis as you meet new friends, or let's say you get somebody new from the back office or whatever, you want to put them in Teamzy, it's super easy. Look, there's this add contact button. It's on every screen in Teamzy. Okay. And you just add them. It only takes a second. But what's cool about this is that, of course, I had to pick. You couldn't just be called, Jenny Smith. It had to be a special name that I can't spell. There you go. See how easy it was, though? Look, I just created a contact. I added you in my Teamzy. It's great. Now you're in Teamzy. Okay? So you just add them as you go. Now, there's a benefit to this is because now you're getting credit for your ads on the dashboard. See, look, I got an ad done. And so as you put them in manually. Now, if you fall behind, Lindsay, let's say you fall behind and you have like 50 people that you haven't added, you can do a full export again from Facebook, put it in Teamzy. Teamzy won't duplicate the people who are already in. It'll only bring the new people in. Okay, so you can do the bulks again later if you want to. Nicole says, if you've added a bunch of new connections on Facebook, do you recommend periodically uploading your Facebook contacts? Yeah, so that I kind of just answered that. But yeah, you can do that periodically. However, the best thing to do is every once in a while, just go in. What I used to do is I would go into recently added in my Facebook and see if there's anyone I forgot to put in Teamzy. Make sure they're in my Teamzy. Just add them. Joy says, worked this power hour during the call. Is my day done considered done once my circle closes? Yes, you're done. You don't have to keep going. That's one of the cool things about this is Teamzy will tell you, like right now you can see I'm 36% complete, making good progress. When it gets to 100%, it says you crushed it, done. You can stop and you can know that you did exactly what you needed to do to build your business today. You don't have to wonder, am I doing the right things? Okay. you'll have the confidence of going, I know exactly what to do. Teamzy tells me who to do it with, helps me with what to say, logs it as I go, sets my follow-up, and then tells me I'm done. I can go be with my kids. I can go be with my spouse, go play with my dog, right? Pretty cool. All right. Cool. Well, I hope this was really helpful to all of you. I will email you the playback link. Please share it with your teams. We built Teamzy for Beachbody, and I've made it a focus of mine. I just recommitted. I want to come back to my Beachbody family and really serve you guys and really get more of you guys rocking in this thing. So please share this playback with your team. Let them know about it. Get them on the 30-day free trial with you. When the free trial is over, Teamzy's $29.99 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Okay, it's less than the commission on one bag of Shakeology. If we can't help you get one challenge pack sale through doing this in a month, then you're not using it right. You shouldn't be with us. Okay, but that's why we priced it like that. So it's less than $1 a day, less than one challenge pack. So come on in, use it 30 days, have some fun with it. Join our Teamzy community. Let your friends know about it. Really appreciate you spending some time with me. Hopefully this was really helpful. Have an awesome night. God bless you all. Talk to you soon.